Hello and welcome everybody, my name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at BTC. Before we get into the price action, I'd just like to say thank you for watching this video. If you'd like to show support, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment if you have any feedback. Also in the description below you can find a link to a Discord one or come have a chat with us, and there's also an affiliate link to BYBIT down there. If you haven't used it before, it really is a great exchange. We use it for all our trading. Great interface, great tools within it. So yeah, why not give it a look? Okay, so let's get into this price action. So we can see here that we had this move down in this fourth wave, which we were anticipating. Now, this move that we're having away from it, there's a few ways of reading this. We'll go over that in a second, but either way, this is still being looked at as a fourth wave move, and there's a few ways to look at it. This move to the upside here, it's not really ideal as an impulse. We could say that we have a 1-2-1-2 situation and we're looking to make that third wave. So what I would mean by there is that this could be a 1 and 2 into here, and then we are looking to progress in a third wave up. But the structure really, it's not that great, and we'd want to see a breakout at this point here. We wouldn't want to lose this low neither at this 17,736. Though what I have been keeping an eye on, it's still too early to tell, but with this current structure, it is also possible that potentially we are forming a triangle in this fourth wave, and what that would be looking at would be forming this as an A, a B, potentially completed maybe at this point. It could have a little bit more in the tank, C, D, and E. Obviously, the C wave within this trend line can adjust if it plays out, and if that's the case, we wouldn't want to cross back below the 1767 area, and also invalidation of a potential triangle would come by crossing back above this high point here at $18,000 to the penny. So this is something that I'm just keeping an eye out. If we don't start to form a impulsive structure here, and rather we have more of a sideways range movement, then it is possible this is playing out. The other way we can look at this, if it's not going to develop as a triangle, is potentially that we have this as an A, we're coming up here for a B wave, and then we're going to progress to the downside in a C wave. If that is the case, then we would be looking to, potentially, if this is a completed move here, we could be looking to move down towards the 17,499 area, which could mean that we're going to look to retest this zone here that we had a little bit of support in. Could look to test this high. You know, there's a few things that it could do here. We could look to have this pushed down. The problem with this would then be within this count would be that basically it makes this a 0.618 retracement, and if that happens, then we'd have to be careful that actually we don't have further extension within these waves. And what I mean by that is when we start to go much deeper than this 50%, we just need to be aware that we don't have further extension like this within these waves. And what it is this is a 1-2, this is a 1-2, and then we're looking to push up again in a much bigger third wave move. So that could be if we were looking at this bigger potential for this impulsive move here to hit this 19,155 area, that could be the way that we reach that zone, is with the potential of this being a 1-2-1-2, and then we look to push up for a third, fourth, fifth, and then that additional fourth and fifth, which would take us past this 19,155 area. Though, like I said, that until we get more information, that's just pure speculation. So what I'm looking out for is to see whether we can hold this 17,617. Like I said, sideways bound motion here could indicate to us that we are basically having a triangle within this move, and once this looks to break to the upside, the target area for this would be this 18,358 to this 18,181. Now, like I said previously, there is a few ways of looking at this. So if I just throw on this now, if we just turn that off for a second, We can also look at this in this potential. We have this as a 1, 2, and even within this move here, we can count it a couple of ways. We can have this as a 1, 2, and then actually this third wave is completed here, and this is a 1, 2 short third wave with an extended fifth wave for this wave here. And basically what that would mean is that this fifth wave from up here ends over here, this third wave moves down here, this fourth wave moves over here, and what we have is a completed 5-wave move here. So we would be looking for this fourth wave to play out. The problem I have with this is because this wave 2 is so small, already this wave 4 is disproportionate to it, so I don't really like it in this sense. It is possible, and then what this would be calling for is the fact that we have an additional fourth and fifth wave. So we would look at it from this point here, 1, 2, 3, up into this high, retest of this zone again, and then looking to push up again towards this 18,396 to this 18,202 area. It is also possible that if we have this move play out like this, we could look to potentially retest the top of this channel line, though it is not necessary. It would sort of meet all the criteria by just pushing up into this area. However, should we get a little bit more extension within this, maybe we move a bit higher, then it might put this fifth wave target towards the top of this channel. An interesting sort of area to look at. I know we've got the FOMC meeting today, and we also have the interview, so it'll be interesting to see how this moves react. Now, the reason why I'm sort of thinking that we potentially have a triangle here as well is the fact that we might get that sort of indecision into the meeting where we might just move range bound for a while, or like I said, we could break up and then come back down and form some kind of a sideways movement here. The key area for this is basically we wouldn't want to drop back down below this 1724 for this green 5-wave move, and also we wouldn't want to drop for the bigger move once we've completed this fifth, should it happen. We wouldn't want to drop below this 17360 area. Dropping below this zone would indicate that this is just a completed move, and what that would look like if I throw on this. It's actually not on there, so I'll just draw it in. Basically, what we'd be looking for with this is that this whole move to the upside here would be a A wave up into this high point, a B, and a C. So the 1-to-1 area is this 18,669. So we need to bear in mind that potentially we could still look for some extensions which might look to take us up towards this level. It doesn't have to travel to this 1-to-1, but should we start to see some additional structures in here, this might be a potential ending target. And like I said, looking to potentially also retest the top of this channel is an interesting area. So we'll have to just keep an eye on it and see how it reacts, but those are the things I'm looking for. Upon completion, I would be looking for downside to this move. But confirmation would only really come by breaking back below the 16,678 and then finally this area down here at 15,996. Breaking down below those 2 points would invalidate get rid of the potential of having further impulsive structure here. And like we've talked about in the previous videos, basically we would be looking at the potential of having a bigger 5-wave move here, and this would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 up into these high points here towards the 20,000 area. Unless we cross this 19,155, though, that's not confirmed, and we would have to just be aware that by moving up into this zone in the ABC move, let me just get rid of this. By moving up into this zone in this ABC, if I zoom out slightly, we can see here this has moved. Just drop that back on there. What we have marked up here is the potential B wave rejection of this whole move to the downside. So if we do move in here, that would take us between this 50% and the 618, which is 18,938 to this 18,229 area. So that could actually be a completed move, and then we look to break down from there. Though, like I said yesterday, we just have to see how this reacts, because it is also possible that should we fail to break below these lows and take out this 15476 area, it is also possible that we could have a situation where we form something like this, where we form a bigger ABC to the upside and look to test deeper within this zone. We would also, like I said, there is that impulsive potential here, but we need to just be aware that there is a lot of possibilities. So we have to play these as they we have to analyze these as they sort of play out, and then come to the best conclusion from there. We can have a few options which we're tracking, some key areas, but nothing's guaranteed in these. So until we cross, if we cross this impulsive line, we can look at the potential for bigger impulsive moves, though until we do that, we need to just be aware that this could also just start to break down from this point, from the point of completion of this 5-way move. And if I just have a look at the stochastics, we can see the 4 hours overbought, the 8 hours overbought, the daily is overbought, and the weekly is heading up as well. The weekly's got a lot of room, but this can just turn around and continue to move to the downside. So we've got a little bit of growth on this 1 hour. So it is possible that we have that little bit of a push up, and then maybe even that additional fifth wave. But I don't see this being a long-term trend to the upside. Uh, and basically, if this does happen, we'll be looking for that breakdown. So we just need to keep an eye on these levels on that breakdown and see how it reacts. Okay, so I hope everyone found this video useful. If you did, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and if you haven't already, just leave us some comments down in the comment section. Any coins you want us to look at, or any feedback that you have. Okay, well, I hope you will have a great day, and until we see each other in the next video, keep safe out there.